PETA, podcast every day in April, where during the month of April you'll hear about different topics and different stories and discussions that I have on my mind and on my heart to discuss and address for this month. It may be sports related, it may be stuff related. You may even hear some guests on the show that you may haven't even seen or heard from me addressing on the show. But this is PETA, and this is Podcast Every Day in April. Hope you enjoy. $172 of the past is here. What is going on, y'all? This is BT. I'm back with yet another episode. Hope everyone's doing well on this fine and calm Monday. I will admit today has been interesting because the weather kind of had its moments where it kind of wanted to rain. It would stop raining, then the rain would happen again. Yesterday was a similar scenario here. I know normally I don't do many weather updates, but it was crazy because yesterday was kind of like a personal Headspace day, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more in a moment. But I was walking, got to my destination. Soon as I got there and got settled, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to just chill. I didn't bring anything with me. It started raining, and I was like, okay. So I couldn't really do much other than walk back. So I'm walking back, and the rain's having this moment. My headphones got real wet and had some pollen in them. But I mean, it's no big deal. It was just an interesting scenario to happen. And then this morning I had like a stain on my car that looked like it didn't want to go away, but it luckily disappeared. For a couple of days, it's just been sitting on my driver's side from a bird. And today I looked outside and I was like, oh, it's gone. So I know that's like a random 1.5 minute intro spiel, but as always, time to segue back to the business. Podcasts are uploaded daily for the month of April, thanks to Spreaker. And if you're looking to invest in a good microphone, the Blue Yeti is the way to go. Before I continue, I do want to get some housework out of the way first and foremost. This isn't really me apologizing. This is me being accountable. Yesterday was not really my best show. It was kind of like a quick, hey, it's the halfway point, and I just wanted to kind of get a recording done. You'll hear that it wasn't the greatest quality, but I don't want that to be a failed representation of who and how I am, because anyone who knows me knows when it comes to the podcast, my main objective is to always give you top-notch quality or top-notch content. So if you did listen to the show and you probably were thinking something wrong with my headphones or something wrong with, like, did he just record bad? I wasn't using the best equipment at that time. I used the headphones. I used just a pair of headphones and kind of had the microphone from that be my microphone for the recording. Not going to happen again, but just wanted to at least get that out of the way before we continue. So today, as I mentioned a couple of moments ago, we're going to talk about personal headspace and what causes us to get in our headspace, how to get out of that headspace. It almost kind of ties into Sunday's talk as far as getting out of our bag or getting out of our own way. It also blends in with the attitude adjustment. Sometimes, and I'm looking over what I've talked with you all about so far, like in the past week, and it all just kind of blends together when you look at how certain things can alter or affect your mood. And personal headspace is no exception. I started a program about a year ago, and I stopped it just due to me being me. But long story short, it mainly consisted of kind of taking the time to disconnect, unplug, just kind of chill, and kind of go through my motions and just enjoying life without. Like we as people, we depend and we rely very heavily on different products and different things to kind of keep us functioning. Obviously, the staple of it all, and me saying it to say it without saying, is basically our cell phones have kind of become this consumption of our mind. In some cases, it's no problem to get away with the help of technology. But sometimes putting your phone in airplane mode is not the end of the world. And I feel like I may have talked about this before, but I'll emphasize it again. If you take a moment or two away from social media, you won't miss anything. When you come back, it'll still be social media. The same dramatic stories that happened when you turned on airplane mode are going to be right there when you turn it off and you're back to data and connection. There's a need, or there's a feeling that we sometimes have to be connected. The reality is we don't. It's mainly by choice, sometimes by force. I can attest to this and state personally that our mind can outweigh us sometimes, and it can outweigh us as far as sending us down paths or sending us in thinking of things that we really shouldn't be thinking of or worrying about, and instead channeling or focusing that energy towards something else. Going back to what I stated about the personal Headspace, there was a program that I had it was an app that I had. It was for a week. I used it. Lasted a week, and it was free. And basically, it would give you little options where and I mean, literally, you don't need an app to do this. You can do this on your own. And I found it to work. Basically, it would have you, and I'm detailing it as thorough as I can, but not make you all seem like I'm paraphrasing any of this. You're mainly going to sit in a chair, like you want to sit in a chair like you're supposed to normally sit upright, put your feet to the floor, and just kind of, focus for a little bit, take a couple breaths. Then as you're in the midst of you breathing, like you'll breathe, in through your nose, out through your mouth, you'll close your eyes. And just close your eyes and just relax. Put on some some relaxed music to kind of just get away for a minute. Let that occur for about 3 minutes and then come back. After that 3-minute time period has passed, like as you're still breathing, you want to think about things in your life that you're trying to like clear out of your mind or get out of your headspace. Because sometimes those things being in your mind or being on your heart can weigh you down so much that it's causing you not to really be sure of what you should or shouldn't be doing. We all have been there. I can attest from major experience that things around you can take up more of your mind or take up more of your spirit than you realize. Today was almost a chapter turning event for me as far as things that I've been trying to deal with and trying to get resolved, and looking to get back established with various outlets from my end. And I've known the importance of branding, and I've known the importance of your image and your aura, your appearance, things of that nature. But you really don't know like how little things that may have happened from your background or from your past can kind of hang on and not be fully cleared or resolved or off your, clean from whatever you needed to be cleared from. And I learned that today. And sometimes it's something as small as just kind of, let me just get some clarification, get a better understanding to put it all in perspective. And that's basically what happened. And now I'm ready to just move things on the right path. And sometimes it takes small things to kind of like put us back down to earth, or kind of like literally humble us and understanding like what's more important, at the end of the day. And that's where your headspace is important, because if you have, and hear me out, like I'm saying this because I really want people who are listening to understand how I'm approaching this. If you have a negative headspace or a negative aura, your negative headspace, a negative aura, a negative vibe can impact people. And you may look at it as, it's not a big deal. I'm not going through anything bad. They just gonna have to deal with it. And it's like, but what if it was the other way around? And somebody was having a jacked up situation and you carry it out to somebody, or it's exuded to someone that did nothing wrong. I come and I say this because I talked about this the other day on episode 169 about attitude adjustment. When your attitude is off, or when your mood is off, others can tell. And you can sometimes say something and not realize how what you said or did can affect others. But then after you really sit back and look at it, you realize, dang, I really didn't need to say that, or I really shouldn't have did that. Sometimes it's too late. So I know that's like an odd spin or a unique way of how we look at what we say or what we do with other people. But starting today, if you haven't done so already, take time to just relax, reflect, breathe, enjoy life. Like, take a walk. Like, I legit will tell you from personal experience that I think that walk was what benefited me in just kind of like relaxing and being as calm as I was and not doing as much as I normally would do. But it worked out to my advantage, and now I'm ready to get some stuff done. Like, I'm able to give a better process to thinking about things that I normally wouldn't have thought of as heavily. And it happens. So that's me luckily being accountable and growing and building from what has occurred and what will occur down the line. But that's mainly all I wanted to share with you all today as far as your personal headspace. Keeping the right headspace, keeping the right mind, keeping the right attitude, it goes a long way. You may not look at it and think it's a big deal now. And, to state the obvious, every day is not going to be a great day. If you have that expectation or think that that's going to be the case, good luck. Let me know how it works out. But those who are human and know, like, you're going to have those moments and those times when everything may not be peaches and cream, it's okay. It really and truly is okay if you have that aura or that mood be off a little. As long as you can come back to reality and snap out of it. Because it's a difference between it carrying over for a couple of hours, maybe a day or two. But if it trickles in and it's lasting for weeks, it's time to fix it or try to fix it. So that's what I have. Thank you all. Thank you all as always for tuning in. You should hear me a little better this episode. Tomorrow, jam-packed podcast. You definitely don't want to miss out. I won't be having a co-host, unfortunately. I will just hit y'all with a lot of content and just stay tuned. That's the best thing I can tell you. But anywho, this is BT signing out, the Past signing out. As always, passpodcastbt@gmail.com. And until next time, y'all take it easy. The one point of the show I don't like to reach, but every show must have an ending. So you have made it to the end of yet another episode of the podcast Every Day in April. Continue to tune in. These will be going on from April the 1st until April the 30th. And I will guarantee you that there will be plenty of content and more than enough information to share and address during this show. Thanks for tuning in.